What's in your head is just as important as what's on your plate.
You get to be in control of how other people show up in your life.
It is pretty easy if you're prepared, and I think being prepared is the key.
Hi, my name is Kira and I'm a WW Canada ambassador. My journey with WW started January 6, 2016. Now, I've been a member of WW countless times before, pretty well over half my life, and this time, the journey was quite different for me. I looked back and kind of reflected on all the things that hadn't worked for me before, what I did before that didn't work. I was inconsistent when I attended workshops. I didn't hold myself accountable to going to weigh-ins, and I was a terrible tracker. So when I started, almost 6 years ago, I really decided to do the complete opposite of what I had done before, which started with holding myself accountable and committing to WW. I put my workshop in like an appointment in my calendar every week and really made myself show up for myself. Now, tracking didn't start off all that easy for me, but every day I worked a little harder at it, and now I'm at a point where I like to put in my food for the next day the night before, just so I know what I'm going to spend my points on and how many points I have left over for the day. My why that got me to take this journey seriously for the final time was the fact that my highest weight was starting to affect something that I never thought it could. It was starting to affect my relationship with my partner. We've been together for almost 20 years, and it is a relationship that I value the most. At my heaviest weight, I was snoring at night, and I find it really embarrassing to admit, but that's what was happening. So often in the morning I would find him on the couch because he couldn't tolerate it. He couldn't sleep. He wasn't getting rest, and it was straining our relationship because he was tired and not getting good sleep because of my weight. I've had lots of whys in the past. I've had the vanity whys, I've had the health issue whys, and I guess this is technically part of a health issue, but nothing got me as motivated as thinking that the most precious relationship in my life could be affected. Some of my biggest keys to success have been coming at this journey in no way that I've ever done it before. I feel like so many of us have been there where we start something, it gets hard, we quit. That accountability piece to me has been crucial. I started treating my workshops and my weekly check-ins as important meetings. I would schedule them in my calendar. I would always make sure that I followed through and attended. I also started to think of this journey as actually changing my lifestyle. I started recognizing that depriving myself from things was not the answer at all. I really love pizza, and every time that I had done WW previously, I would restrict myself from having pizza. And then when pizza would pop up, I always felt like I wasn't strong enough to say no. So I've incorporated pizza into my weekly meal plan. Every week we have pizza so that I can stay strong when pizza pops up at work or at parties or whatever. And I don't need to have impulsive pizza. I'm planning for it and making sure that I'm having good quality pizza and the type of pizza that I can count and make fit into my daily set of points. I've also tried lots of different activities, and I found a lot of things that I don't like. I don't like running. I am not a runner, but I have really found that I enjoy kayaking. I bought myself a kayak and just used, like, nothing special, but just to see if I would like it. And I really enjoy the time alone, and the paddling really makes me feel incredible. I also stumbled into weightlifting, and that's really been a huge activity change for me. I was always thinking that cardio was the way to go for me, and I was always miserable. And I found weightlifting, and I feel so empowered and so strong, and I love that you do hard work for a set and then you rest. That is the kind of activity that speaks to me, and I truly enjoy and I want to do. Another key to my success has been embracing something that I do not like at all, and that has been meal planning. Meal planning has always been really super hard for me, and I've never enjoyed doing it. I still don't particularly enjoy doing it, but I see it now as a really important tool for me to be successful. So I never used to look ahead. I never used to plan for more than a week at a time. And that was really frustrating for me, knowing that I had to do something that I really despised every week. So I started looking at it from a bit different of a perspective. I printed off a monthly calendar and filled in my schedule for work, which is a bit different than the regular Monday to Friday with shift work. And I started looking at it from what I needed from my meal plan. I needed to have meals that yielded leftovers for lunch for my sets at work. And I needed to make sure that I incorporated pizza into my week, because that's really super important to me. So that really helped to take care of some of the big hard things. There were days that I noticed that I had extra points because I was working nights, and just the nature of shift work overnight, I had a few more points to work with those days. So I started seeing the patterns in my schedule and started thinking about how the meal plan could accommodate maybe meals that had a few more points that I really did enjoy but didn't know where to fit in to my schedule. So now I am planning my meals a month at a time. and it's really been beneficial for me. I've been doing it so long that I am cheating off of myself, and I look back at the previous year, the month from, like, we'll say November of 2020, and I'll look at it and I'll say, okay, what were we eating? What was in season? What dishes haven't we made in a long time? That seasonal food that, maybe you kind of forget about. It cues me, and it reminds me to be eating the things that I truly do enjoy. One of the biggest highlights of my journey has been actually hitting goal and lifetime. Despite being a WW member on and off for over half my life, I've never actually reached goal or lifetime. Now, I'm not currently at goal or lifetime, but hitting that has shown me that I can do this and I can get back there. It is so inspiring to see myself do something like that, which I never really thought was possible before. The more I stick to program and commit to myself and believe in myself, the more I truly see that I can do and I can accomplish any goal that I set out. Track everything. Sometimes it's scary, sometimes you don't remember everything, but just try to put everything in that you remember, because when you don't know how far you've gone, sometimes it makes it easy to just continue on that path. I find just seeing the number sometimes helps me to give my head a shake and to realize that I can come back from this, and this is just one day. My advice for new WW members is just to take things slow. Just start to learn about the app and all the really cool features that are available to you. Start tracking where you're at so you can kind of see where you're coming from and make adjustments where it's the easiest to do. If you see that your morning coffee you're spending like 8 points on, make some adjustments so that maybe you're only spending 2 points on your morning coffee. Those are easy adjustments to make when you see where you were coming from, rather than trying to make a whole bunch of changes all at once. One of the biggest questions that I see new members asking about is if people use their weekly points. And yes, absolutely use your weekly points. Those are there for you to enjoy your journey and to make sure that the things that you enjoy the most are still able to fit in your plan. They give you the freedom to not feel like this is a temporary solution, because this is a lifestyle. And I know that is a really common thing to say about dietary changes, but it really makes it easier to embrace as a lifestyle when you can still fit in your most favorite things. And don't forget to explore activity and find what you enjoy the most. If going to a kickboxing class is not for you, stop going to the kickboxing class. You don't have to feel like activity is a form of punishment. Activity is enjoyment and your body showing you what it can do.